freedom fighters, moving on the African border. Bangili one, freedom fighters, moving on the African border. All my brothers in America and all my sisters in Canada, also in England, unite to free up the mother's land, the freedom fighters, moving on the African border. Bangili one, freedom fighters, moving on the African border. All your sophisticated weapons and your nuclear missile, in this time they ain't worthwhile. We gonna chant down your wall of thunder. Freedom fighter, moving on the African border. Bangili one, freedom fighters, moving on the African border. Bangili one, Bangili one, Bangili one, all my brothers in America and all my sisters in Canada, also in England, unite to free up the mother's land, the freedom fighter, moving on the African border. Bangili one, freedom fighter, moving on the African border. All your sophisticated weapons and your nuclear missile, in this time they ain't worthwhile. We gonna chant down your wall of thunder. Freedom fighter, moving on the African border. Bangili one, freedom fighter, moving on the African border. It's on the words and the instrument of our songs.